Hi, I'm Katie Webster and I'm cooking with Cabot. Today I'm making cheddar green bean casserole. This is a twist on the classic. This one has tons of fresh green beans in it. It's made from scratch and it has Cabot Seriously Sharp Cheddar in it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 2-quart casserole dish and we're just gonna coat it with cooking spray. And we're gonna get a steamer basket going and preheat our oven. This is several inches of water in the bottom, and then I've got my steamer basket in there, and I'm just gonna put that on to boil. I'm gonna add these green beans now that this is to a boil. This is 6 cups of green beans. I've already trimmed them and cut them into 1-inch pieces. And I'm gonna just steam these until they're crisp, tender. So about 4 minutes. You don't want to overcook them at this point because they'll continue to cook in the sauce later. I've got my large skillet here. It's medium-high heat. I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. And 1 tablespoon of Cabot Unsalted Butter. And I'm going to melt that together. So now I'm gonna add 3 chopped shallots. A shallot is sort of like a cross between onion and garlic. It's a little bit stronger than onion. 3 of those, they're pretty much minced up. And I'm gonna just cook this in the butter and oil until they start to get a little bit of color on them. It's been about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna get my green beans out, stop them from cooking. We don't want them to get overcooked. I'm gonna add 8 ounces of chopped mushrooms, half a teaspoon of salt, dust that over, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of chopped thyme. And I'm gonna stir that until the mushrooms let off all their juice, and then that juice evaporates and intensifies. It's gonna take about 3 minutes. So now that the mushrooms are cooked and the liquid has evaporated, they're starting to get a little color on them, I'm gonna pour in 1/4 cup of dry sherry, and I'm just gonna cook that and stir it, getting any brown bits off the bottom of the pan. Let that evaporate a couple minutes. Now I'm gonna dust all-purpose flour over the mushrooms. This is 1/3 cup, and I'm gonna stir it in. This will stabilize the sauce and thicken the sauce. And so when you add your cheese in, it'll get really nice and creamy. And then I'm gonna add 1 cup of reduced sodium chicken broth. You can also use vegetable broth if you wanna make this vegetarian. You wanna stir as you add it. And I'm also gonna add 1 cup of low-fat milk. And you just want to make sure that as you bring it to a simmer that you whisk so that it doesn't get all clumpy. Okay, so this is thick and it came to a simmer. I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to add 6 ounces of shredded Cabot Seriously Sharp Cheddar. This is the good stuff. And this is a glaring omission in the original recipe. I don't know why they didn't have this. And I'm gonna just stir this in and it's gonna get nice and cheesy. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is nice and creamy and cheesy, and now I'm gonna add my fresh steamed green beans. And I'm gonna just stir them in until they're coated. So I'm gonna put this in my prepared dish. And then I'm gonna top it with more Seriously Sharp Cabot Cheddar. This is 2 more ounces. And then I'm gonna make this little breadcrumb mixture. This is 3 tablespoons of dry breadcrumbs, a ½ teaspoon of paprika, and a ¼ teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm gonna put in a ½ teaspoon of olive oil. And then I'm just gonna stir that together until it's evenly moist. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle this over the top. It'll give it that nice crunch. So I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes and I think it's ready. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh, it's bubbling. This smells amazing. So there you have it. It's the Cabot Cheddar Green Bean Casserole. For these recipes and more, visit cabotcheese.coop.